Dan Jeffreson's calling me. He was on the live stream earlier. Yo.
Yo.
I'm still live streaming.
Yeah, I've been watching it for a minute. It stopped me being able to comment on it, bro.
Why?
I don't know. I started asking about like personal development and it just wouldn't send.
Really? That's annoying.
Yeah.
I did notice you just disappeared, like, but...
Yeah, like it's. I sent you. That's the video I sent you as well because it said one viewer, but I was just still sat there. But you're streaming. I'll let you get to it. I thought you finished because when.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, when that guy left.
No, it's cool. I wasn't really like. I'm not really like doing. I was about to end it for the most part, but what did you call to say that you are still here?
No, I wanted to ask you this question.
Well, you can ask me it now, like, if you want. Sure.
Yeah, I'll just ask you on the phone. I literally said I'll literally just read out what I wrote. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I use bare drugs to almost disconnect my mind from my physical self, and it lets me think bare deep into stuff without a negative narrative. But as soon as I sober up, I'm stuck with the negative thoughts. Like when I get fucked and I meditate, I literally deconstruct my ego, and I see what I have to do. But then I wake up and I just don't do it.
Right. It's like, well, I mean, there was many things there. Like, you mean you get insights and then you don't embody them, like...
Yeah, literally. Like, I'll literally lie there, deconstruct. Like, I'm like, what is wrong in my life? What don't I enjoy? And I see everything that I've done wrong, and I see everything that I'm still doing wrong. And then I'm like, I gotta fix this. And then I wake up the next morning and I just do the exact same thing again. Yeah,
well, psychedelics are not drugs in general are not a magic pill.
No, of course I get that, but like, I mean, what can I do when I'm sober to stop doing nothing?
I think a lot of it is the resistance is a lot more than like the resistance is a lot more painful than the actual thing. Say like I've been trying to do just a single yoga session for like months because my posture's gonna die if I just sit in this chair any longer. But there's so much mental resistance to do it, but the actual yoga itself is okay. So I think for the most part you just gotta stop fucking thinking and just get on, because like you're gonna die. So
I'm gonna die.
I just mean everyone's gonna die. You haven't got that much time.
We're all gonna die.
Right, so you gotta choose your sacrifice. You haven't got what you wanted so far, so. And what you've pursued ultimately is likely comfort and the path of least resistance, and that hasn't got you where you want, and it's actually painful. The path of least, like a lot of people say, the easy path is the hard path, and the hard path is the easy path. So if you make the hard decisions now, it's easier. But if you make the easy decisions, like, oh fuck that, I'm not going to go to work this morning, I'm just going to do drugs, and then, like what I did for so long, it catches up with you. The easy path really is the hard path, and vice versa. So the fulfillment is just put in the work, man. It's not even that bad.
It's so hard that I don't know, because it's just do it, innit? But I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can just do stuff. There's nothing stopping you just doing stuff, is there? Literally nothing.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
to do fucking 10 push-ups right now. I could just do it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stay lying here in my bed.
Yeah, but it's exactly that. Like sometimes I lay in bed for hours, bro, and this is what But what I've found is I've been recently not ashamed to admit to myself somewhat of suicidal thoughts. I'm not saying I'm suicidal, but for example, the other day I laid in bed. Yeah, I slept for an crazy amount of hours. I just didn't want to get up. I was in a rut, and then before I knew it, I was just like, I want to kill myself. What happens if I pursue the path of least resistance so much, like where I just go from pleasure, like watch porn, do drugs, go to sleep, wake up, watch porn, eat sugar, whatever. Before you know it, you just want to fucking die because there's nothing left. It's horrible.
Oh, trust. No, I've felt that. I have definitely felt that.
Well, like, porn is amazing if you haven't watched it for like a month. But if you watch it every day, you don't even want to watch it. And it's the same with all of the pleasures.
Trust. Except for K, I've never wanted to stop doing K. That's the one thing. Maybe I've just got to keep doing it, and then eventually I'll get bored of it.
Well, in terms of what you was originally saying is what I was saying to you the other day. You're young, so you don't want to sacrifice your potential. To me, wasted potential is like the most soul-crushing thing in existence.
Yeah, true.
But you just got to ask yourself what you ultimately want, and there can be like a positive motivation of an amazing life to build, and there's also the negative motivation of the shit life you're going to create if you keep fucking on this path that you're on. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I got a follow-up question from what you've just said there.
Let's have it.
Alright, so for me personally, there's like this, there's like, so I had this dream of like becoming a filmmaker, being a famous director, living in Hollywood, all that, yeah. But then ever since I started having like being more spiritual since I got to Brum, it's like I kind of would rather just have a decent paying job that lets me like, I just want to amass enough money to then just be able to just like buy land and just live on the land and just do what I want.
Yeah, I get you. Well, I think
like, which one is the higher potential? Like becoming this mad famous don in Hollywood, which is like this pit of corruption anyway, or just like being a simple fella who lives in a house that he built himself and shit like that.
I get what you mean. Like, you could just get like a good paying job by like learning skills, and then, you know, just have like a decent life. Well, it's like, well, whenever you're looking for like a vision, you have to have like a big picture approach. Like, for example, some of my friends, they just like, oh, I don't care about my health. I just want to fucking be on a yacht, like drinking a. Basically, you got to make sure that your vision is not a fucking poster. As in, what I can say is you shouldn't focus on the vision of being a rapper or being a pro filmmaker or the end goal somewhat, because the end goal is so far out. One of the best thing to do is, because often that end goal is a distraction, and I find this is very important, is the fulfilling life is not the poster of you on a fucking cruise ship with a cocktail and a zoot. That is not the vision. The vision is you are in your finite shit wage slave position right now, and it's your job to gather your finite resources, do the best you can, and build a profound life. So make sure you don't be fixed on like the end goal. Basically, just take it steps by step by step. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what, like sort of like shorten the timeline of everything, like.
Well, it's more of like. Sorry, go on.
Well, like, instead of looking at, I want to make it to Hollywood, all this, just be like, well, I'm in uni doing a film course, so just do the best as possible on this course.
Well, I don't know, like, you can obviously have, like, an ultimate vision. I'm not saying you shouldn't, like, and I don't know anything.
Yeah, but
it's
well,
like...
I'm not saying I do either, because I'm not even saying I'm not saying I'd be fulfilled if I made it to that position. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure, I still don't think I'd be fulfilled if I was this famous Hollywood director. Like, I actually don't think I would be.
Fulfillment, you want to fall in love with learning, with health, and you have to have like a holistic, big picture approach to success. Success is not like money. Success is like health, knowledge, confidence, awakening, and all sorts. So, and a lot of it you really, really have to get crystal clear on what exactly you want. But my main point is, don't get lost in the poster that is your success. Basically, this is the important lesson, is that is a delusion, kind of, and it's a lazy approach of, and I've heard it a lot from my mates. I'm not saying you're lazy, but what I'm saying is the fulfilling life is the process of becoming you to your self-actualized self. So right now you're your shit finite self who's somewhat depressed and whatever the fuck, you're not particularly happy. But the fulfilling life is overcoming your limitations.
Right.
I believe.
Right. So, alright, so for just as a like a quick thing, what would you like if I hung up this call now and I was like, I'm gonna do something to better myself? What would you recommend? Just meditate or work, or like where would you put that energy? Anywhere.
Well, I mean, well, first of all, the idea that you don't know what you should do is not true. It's hard to often know what you need to do, because you don't let yourself think about it. But you know what you need to do, I believe. But I mean, what should you do? I can't say in your particular situation, but what you should do, I think one of the main things, yeah, be careful of distraction. Your phone. Would you look if the power went out, yeah, and you lost Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I often think, oh my god, what am I gonna do? It's basically like you're floating around in the house all day, and then like the idea of the power going out completely is a paradigm shift, and people don't realize how these algorithms are designed to manipulate you. Like, humans are not as stupid as we seem to be, and these things just feed off of you and they earn profit for it. So a lot of it, I think, just don't distract yourself. Get rid of, I think the main thing, if I can answer your question, get rid of the bullshit. Like, you know, you don't need so much. So the only social media you need should be like to build on your vision and to educate yourself. But I'm pretty sure you're aware that, I mean, what I became conscious of recently is that everything that I've basically ever done until like this point right now has been a distraction. I've not worked to any vision at all. I've just floated around from one pleasure to the next, watching this, watching that. But have I actually built anything? No. Have you? No.
No.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're just floating around, bouncing around. And if you don't build anything, you're going to look in the mirror when you're 40 odd and go, oops.
Yeah, no, trust. I do hear you there.
So that's it. I think social media is one of the maddest viruses, because you don't even know that you're addicted, and it's so normalized. Get the fuck away from it, because that paradigm shift of when the power cut goes out and you're like, oh, I don't even know who I am, I've just been looking at my phone every spare minute of the day. Every time you get a fucking toilet break at work, your highlight of the day is to pull out your phone for 2 seconds. People don't let their mind to be in solitude, and that is where a lot of the answers are. And I won't advocate psychedelics because I'm not allowed, but take outrageous doses of mushrooms, and that's where the answers are. And I literally believe that so much. If you take loads of mushrooms, you'll just find out bare shit.
Nah, trust. Alright, nah, it's blessed for that, bro. I'll let you get back, but chat to me after about this camping trip, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't mean to be like, so I'm not trying to act like a guru, of course, but those are the best answers I got to your questions.
You are a guru, Baron. Don't worry.
Alright, well, I love you, and I will see you on the camping trip, I hope.
Yeah, love, bro. I'll speak to you later.
Bear.